Alright. We should be ready to go now. So how is everyone? Welcome! This is Dicebag, and we're running our first real session of the Crytures West Marches campaign here. So, why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and your characters real quick, and we'll dive right into it.
Should we go from left to right on your Roll20?
Sure.
Oh shoot, that's
you?
I know what's left and right. Anyway, despite the change in profile picture, this is Evergrade Artistry. Artist, gamer, streamer, and currently playing Lester or less. Hyde, member of the Root Run militia, eager to deal with creature-related problems to keep the peace. Not just so he doesn't have any headaches in the future. Totally.
All right. Good thing we have at least one militia guy with us. I think the other two are not militia.
Oh, they're not. Oh boy.
Yeah, well, you are correct. My name is Hunter. Other people may know me as the Ultra.
Back up. Frickin', I closed some tabs and that was not enough apparently.
Well, the YouTube is up. I'm just waiting for the Twitch.
Okay, that's good.
I'm watching on the Rumble, and it seems to be... it's got your thing moving now on there that I can see.
Alright.
Alright, Twitch is up.
Those are the important ones. So...
Yeah. Just can't see any of the chat on right now.
If that's all good, then I guess let's keep going. And hope shit doesn't crash again.
Alright, nice. Then that makes me Cat with a Mouse, and I will be Ed, son of Edward, from the League of Magi, who just loves aminals and wants to just learn what he can, and is the group lovable oaf.
Oh no, we've got two squishy mages.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't really know magic, so...
Oh.
Doesn't he have 1 point in magic?
I have 1 point in magic.
Where am I getting this? Your macros might be messed up, if that's the case.
Now I'm paranoid about my macros.
I'll have to, like, look at your character sheet. But, yeah. This time, the first stop here, we are going to be, or at least these guys are going to be, hunting down a nest of creatures, or at least trying to. We'll see if they actually get that far. But that's the goal here. So, just to brief you all on the quest. First of all, let me get up the actual quest. This says, attacks on the livestock and villagers of Wilderglade have increased as of late, and a growing nest of skittle are suspected to be the cause. Any conjurers who slay these beasts may bring their essence to Lord Gideon of Wilderglade, and be paid a bounty. Destroy the nest and return with their eggs, and you will be handsomely rewarded. So yeah, Wilderglade, is up towards like the let's see, northwest here. So that's kind of the direction you guys are going to be looking in. They're very close by, so you shouldn't need to go very far. And before you guys set out, we can kind of decide like when you guys want to set out, like if we want to see if there's any bad weather happening. Also, I'm really trying to bring up the proper windows since OBS crashed on me. Let me see.
Okay.
And I see Pony in the chat, of course.
Yeah, hey Pony Boy, and Cohet's there too over in Rumble. Assuming the
Pony
chat is
Boy.
still there. No, we're
Just
not
say
turning
like
on
that I am not
Geronimo
late.
for this one.
Although Geronimo would work as probably an NPC.
Let you talk to
Like
the
the
chat as
Verdant
the
King.
NPCs. Yeah, I don't know about that. But anyways, you guys can go ahead and look at the whatchamacallit, the things, the store inventories, and see what kind of stuff you might want to pick up. You're going into a pretty dense part of the Vivid Vale for this.
So where would we find said store on your website?
Look in the Discord, actually.
It's just.
In
Oh, the Discord.
Oh, okay.
rules and resources is where I put those.
Rules and...
Alright, got it.
And Ponyboy is out here spitting out facts that people can't hear.
Well, that's good.
Accusing Cohead of being a fetishist.
Not again.
A feeple, if you will.
Well, Ed's got 240 cash, so he'd probably only have probably a little bit on him. Because most of the stuff he has is just weaponry and armor.
Right.
So
How
he'd
long will-
probably be the one with holding the camping kit stuff.
Let me pull up Les's sheet.
We probably each need our own camping kit to be safe.
Maybe. Like, let's see, what's in the camping kit exactly? I forget.
Yeah, because some of the stuff in the camping kit is stuff that I already bought. So.
Right. Yeah, you're probably gonna need your own bedroll. You're definitely gonna need a water skin. You will need
Bedroll.
water for short rests to refill your health.
Forgot a water skin.
The water skin holds 3 units of water, which are, I think, forget if is it a pound or a half a pound? I don't remember off the top of my head. And then food. For food, you're probably gonna need like one for like every day you expect to be out there, which you're gonna be out there. It's pretty close by, so you don't need to go far. It just kind of depends on how long you guys want to stay out there.
Okay. I've got rations and I've got a water skin. Does anyone have flint and steel?
I don't think so. I do, but I was trying to do some math here so I could just buy the whole camping kit.
Let me check. Yeah, maybe I'll just go for the camping kit. It's got 2 of the 5 things I need anyway. Take out my bedroll and water skin, and that'll all be part of that. Actually, no. Camping kit. Yeah, I'll get a camping kit to be safe.
I'm assuming all those numbers is how much everything it costs.
Right.
We're definitely going to need some torches too, I think, more than likely.
I've got 2 torches.
I need to figure out where the frickin' weather tables I made up are.
How much does a camping kit weigh?
You're gonna have to look up the stuff on the website for that one. Most of that should be under gear, the gear section.
Actually, oh, you're right. I've got the weight of most of this, so I just need to look up how much the survival knife weighs. The rest of it's pretty light.
Oof.
Yeah, I already got some rope. I bought that earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna buy like 3 torches.
Alrighty.
Just to be safe.
And let's see. Ah, there it is. Weather
You said
is
something about
another thing that I had to track down for myself.
Hmm.
The current day is extremely windy, by the way. You're suffering a windstorm. So if you guys want to like delay a day, I'll give you guys like the whole week to do something. Since we are going at like 1 week of game time is a month of real time.
I think Ed would probably be thinking of going out just to explore, to try and get a lay of the land. Just all armor alone and his camping kit just sort of strolls out into the night.
The rest would just be doing some research on the general area to know what to expect. You'd want to take care. You want to get this done ASAP.
Right.
Quick question: what's the difference between food and rations?
Rations don't spoil.
Okay.
Food goes bad after a day.
Oh, okay. I need to refix that then.
By the way, the windstorm, what I have here written down, ranged attacks get a -2 roll modifier. Open flames are extinguished. Travel costs 1 additional stamina, but you're not going far, so that's not a big deal. And flight and levitation speeds are halved. Those are the game effects of the windstorm. So if you guys want to delay, I'll roll up the next day for you.
No, Ed would definitely go out and sort of harumph at Richard for having an aminal with fire in a storm. And then he just walks out with the Psykid all bundled up and out.
Oh,
Yeah, that actually does raise an interesting point. Would
Yeah.
the wind affect my Torquish?
not it specifically, but it's gonna have a hard time starting fires for you.
Okay.
Also, he is big on ranged attacks, so those are gonna take a penalty.
Yeah.
Also, what is Ed's Psychic's nature, by the way?
Ed's Psychic, it is noble nature.
Noble. Okay. I'm gonna put that in the parentheses on the token, so I can see it really easily. And know when you guys are acting against your creature's nature. Probably a good idea for you guys to delay since 2 of your creatures are lazy anyways.
I was about to say, just Torquish and Arbo are just kind of, they're like resting back to back against each other, just being like,
Okay.
I'm fine. I don't want to get caught in a storm right now.
Yeah. Well, if you wait out the day, the next day is clear. So, no penalties, no nothing. Just nice weather.
well, I guess we better get going then. Now that while the weather's nice enough for us.
Finally. Not in a rush, but this is gonna dig at the back of my skull until we get it done.
All right. Are you guys finished your shopping trip then?
I think I got everything I needed for now. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Got a camping kit, and I think I'll grab 2 potions.
Oh, I didn't even think about potions. That might be helpful. That was
I'm gonna
one
be
thing
in
I
the
didn't think
front
about.
lines. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the front lines, so I do think I kind of need them.
Yeah, I'll just buy like 2 health potions for now, and then I think I'll be good. I bought like a week's worth of rations just in case.
Alright. Let's see. Hold on. I need to pull up what's his name, Ed's character sheet real quick. Let me see this. Okay, Ed's got 2 in melee, I see. Alright. It must... I was thinking of your other character, I think, Cat, when I said
Kara.
they had 1 in magic or something. But yeah.
Yeah, that was Kara Lee.
Alright, so, just to preface the quest here, one of the things I'm trying to do with creatures is to kind of give like a gamified framework for a lot of common quests that you might deal with, so you can act... So you have like an idea of what you can do just on a basic level, and also so DMs have something to work with on the fly without having to rule everything off the top of their heads. So if you see the handouts section in the journal tab, it should have a handout for tracking actions. And those are some basic things you can do to kind of find out what you need. And for tracking, what you're going to need to do is gather information. You're going to need to find a game trail, first of all. And then you'll have to search for clues left behind to find the rest of the trail and catch up to whatever creatures you're following. And along the way, you can like spend some of those clues as like a resource to gain other information on the packs you're following. And that'll be kind of how we gamify the thing. So,
of course, I choose to have mine set in dark mode so I could just barely make it out.
oh yeah, that's annoying.
Where's the journal tab?
Of course, Ed's
It's on
sense
the
is
right.
very high, so it's a nice balance.
So the tab's on the right. It is the third tab over. Is the journal.
On the website?
On Roll20.
Oh.
Right, from left to right, you got chat, art library, then journal.
Right. So, about what time do you guys want to set out?
Like
would
I said, Ed
It's-
would probably have already left last night.
Well, how are you going to be in the group?
He'd probably just be out behind wherever they were staying as a way to sort of test out how to survive in the environment. Remember, he's not book smart.
Okay, so are the other guys going to have to find you?
Yeah, so
Alright, looks like your
Lester
first
would-
thing to track down is Ed.
yeah. Yeah, Lester would wake up in the morning because he'd be anxious to start, but he'd actually leave. He wouldn't leave until a few hours later to make so that Arbor would rest. He had a feeling Arbor would be very difficult, a little difficult to deal with, but also felt a little bad for him. Alright, come on, you had plenty of time to rest.
Yeah.
Let's get this-
Evergrade's character would probably Richard would wake up whenever Evergrade's character finally like rouses him from his sleep, like, "Come on, get up."
Oh, so I'm waking you up too.
Well, it's like I didn't go out with him. I'm with you, but I'm just how Richard is. He's just kind of like, I don't want to go. Like 5 more minutes.
Join the club. Join the club, pal. We gotta get this. We gotta get this done. The sooner we start, the sooner we're finished.
You see, just straighten out his red wizard robe he wears over his clothes, and then he just grabs his pointy red hat, this pointy red wizard hat that he wears.
Oh, and don't poke your eye out with that thing.
Let's see.
Okay, Mom.
Now, I
Tuck in
asked
your shirt.
what time you're setting out, so I know when night comes.
Probably like what, late morning or the earlier afternoon.
I was thinking probably like mid to late morning.
So like what, 9 o'clock?
9 or I'm thinking 10.
Yep, 10 o'clock sounds good.
All right.
Not terribly late, but not great either.
Gives enough time for both of us to get our creatures out of their lazy stupor.
Get our yep.
Okay, so you're gonna have to find Ed.
Okay, so let's. I don't suppose Ed left a trail for us.
Well, we're gonna have to find that out. Unless he deliberately did it.
He did not deliberately leave a trail. He's one with his creature side. He would try to not leave a trail if he does not want to.
All right. Then
Makes
you guys are gonna have to make some rolls.
Alrighty.
Who's the tracker? I mean, who's good at that actually? Ed probably is.
Yep.
Yeah. Tracking.
We're
Would
looking at.
tracking be tail quarry or?
Oh, let's see. Let me pull it up. Well, first off, you're going to have to kind of pick up the trail. So why don't we just go with sense plus survival or zoology.
I got 1 in zoology.
I don't have anything in zoology or survival.
I got 3 in sense, 1 in zoology, so I can roll 4 dice for this.
What are we rolling for?
It's sense plus either survival or zoology.
Right.
Sense plus survival. Okay.
Why don't you
so
both
my
just
sense is
give me that roll?
3. Yeah,
That's what I'm working on.
in that case, it's going to be 4d10 for me. My sense makes up for it.
All right. Lester is keen-eyed enough to pick up on Ed's trail. He's not as stealthy as he thinks. Lucky for you guys.
Either that or Les just is that good.
He doesn't have much for brains, but he can pick up on something's bugging him.
All right. So if that's the case, what has Ed been up to? Has he been looking for a trail or anything?
Mostly Ed has just been understanding the ground of the local area, seeing how the weather reacts to the trees, to the grass, how it would react to a human or a creature. He's just figuring out how things would live.
Okay, well, wherever Ed is holed up, you guys have come upon him after a little bit of walking.
You'd probably find him outside the building, coiled up under his 50 feet of rope like a weird nest.
Les is gonna nudge Richard's shoulder. Is that the guy we have to meet up with?
And he's up in a tree currently?
No, he is underneath a tree.
Oh, underneath a tree.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
stormy. He knows not to climb a tree during a storm.
I hope
It
there's
was
no
Does
lightning.
have 2 in intellect.
I'll just walk out to him and I'll just tap his leg with my staff. Just
You sure this isn't some kind of new creep? I don't know. This
At
could
that
be
point,
some.
at that point, I just give him a good bonk right in the chest. Just boom.
Oh, hello.
Okay, good. You're not some sort of new creature.
I am not a creature. I am human. This is a creature. And then he just points to the psychic that's curled up in his lap.
I look over to Evergrade's character and I'll tell, what's your character's name, Evergrade?
Lester or less.
I look over to Lester and I'm just like, you sure he's not a creature? He could probably pass for one.
I don't know if he's hairy enough to count. Actually, no. His psychic's just shedding on him. Unless. Yeah, I don't want to think about it. Come on. I got one lazy bones to manage. I don't want to deal with two more for too long.
All right,
job to do.
I'm coming. And then you see him quickly gather up everything perfectly and just stands there at attention, like, where are we going now?
From his time in the Urban Rangers, you learned all that, huh?
Well, he's part of the League of Magi, so it's just stuff he learned on the farm or wherever he learned it.
Right. All right. So your party is together. Now you actually get to do things.
As far as I recall, we've got to find a nest of Skitters or
Skittles.
Skittish or something. Yeah, whatever they're called, and they're around this area.
Wait, the creature is called Skittles?
Skittle. With 2 D's.
Skittle. Oh, Skittle.
Skidole. Yes, Skidole.
Makes me think of Kung Fu Panda. Skadoosh.
Yeah, if you look on Twitch, you can see what the Skittle is.
Yeah, I see it because it's showing up on Rumble too.
He's just a little guy.
Just a little
Looks like
guy.
Cinnamon Roll. Looks like Cinnamon Roll could kill you.
Possibly.
So first order of business, what are you guys up to?
Well, Ed would probably want to be looking over Les's shoulder at the quest order and seeing, wait, what with the eggs?
I think this is gonna look over at it. They want us to bring him back to them. Either to cook you. They have a theory it's either to cook them or to hatch Skittles of their own.
Ooh, I want to hatch a Skittle.
Kind of want.
I will love it and hug it, and I shall name him Sydney.
I kind of want
Or start calling your character Mondo at this point.
I kind of want to.
Mondo like candy.
I want to see what they taste like, but I also don't know if they're poisonous.
All creatures are poisonous if you try to eat them.
So I guess we're trying to look for signs of where the Skittle might be in this forest.
That would be a good place to start.
Yep.
Right?
So to do that, you'll want to make the same roll you just used.
Alright, so sense and zoology. So speaking of which, so when I roll these dice, how do I know what am I looking for to succeed?
High numbers.
Alright, so with sense plus zoology, that's
1 second.
7d10.
Lester's gonna try looking for any obvious scrapes or skitter marks. He's not looking for anything technical.
Right. Don't need to look for anything specific yet. Just signs. So Richard isn't seeing anything. The area you're in is pretty dense. There's a lot of foliage coverage. It's hard to see what's going on. Lester rolls a 10. He gets 3 successes. The 9 and the 10 are both successes. And Ed is in tune with nature, but only scores 1 success. So you guys are able to pick up on your first trail. Let me...
Yeah, this dice roller is hard.
Yeah, Richard just keeps getting his wizard robe caught on branches as they're walking through. Dang it!
Lester's just kicking the right rocks, and it leads towards something suspicious.
Alright, now I am going to have to bring up another set of random tables here. Alright, your first trail area that you find is not very big. So let me get this set up and bring you guys over there. There we go. You guys on the next scene here?
Yep, we're all here.
Alright, you just
Got
got
a little something drawn.
this small little clearing here. And the grass here is really tall. It's kind of hard to see what's down there in the ground. There's also a big cluster of bushes over in this area. And let's see. You got a big old patch of wildflowers growing in here as well. And we'll just throw these up here. So here's your first scene here. This is where you pick up your first signs of the trail. So now you can use your main action. We are in strategic time, by the way. And strategic time passes, in this instance, at about half an hour a turn. So you can spend your turn investigating the things and picking up tracks and clues as to what the creatures are, where they went, what the pack is like, and all that, as detailed in the handout specifically. And in strategic time, you've got a focused action and a passive action each turn. You can do two things.
Okay.
It would probably go straight for the bush and investigate it for things.
All right. Go ahead and
Lester
move.
would be curious.
Go ahead and move Ed over to the bush and make your, what is it?
That'd be inspect a
Inspect
feature
the
for
feature.
clues.
That's right.
So that's sense plus observation, which is 5d10.
Let's see, what have we got?
A total of 22.
Yeah, we don't worry about the totals here.
Right.
Let's see.
Well, one of those d10s is a natural 1.
Yep. On the other hand, you do score one success. So you're digging through the bushes there, and you do find signs of creatures being here. You find some like chitinous residue on here, indicating that these things have probably been through here. Probably hiding around or playing in the bushes here. So that's one clue you guys have. You're gonna need to figure out like 3 clues to find the actual direction you need to go for the next scene here.
Okay.
I would go over to the butterflies, where the butterflies are in this. I'd be looking around that area.
Right.
And so I guess this is also inspect the feature for clues as well.
Right.
All right, so let's see. Sense plus observation. Let me see what I got for observation. Let's see. 3 sense. And only 1 observation, so 4 again.
Alright, that is 1 success. You do find some bent stems, kind of indicating that they did pass through there. So they're probably going in a certain direction. You're not quite sure which direction they went, though, so a 3rd clue would solidify that. So Lester, what is Lester doing?
All right. And what were the areas? The bushes, butterflies, and what else?
That's all. It's just a small area. And just because you scored a success doesn't mean you found all the clues.
I'm gonna. Alright, since the butterfly seems to be preoccupied and Lester's gonna look for the bushes, even though he is gonna be near the butterflies because he's curious about them. He's gonna have a look in here. Sense plus observation, so might have made a mistake with an earlier roll, but this one it's just 3d10. So let's see. 3d10. I think I got one success.
All right, yeah, that is one success here. Let's see. Yeah, you also find more residue there. Kind of establishing which direction they've gone. It looks like they, let's see. Looks like they passed through and they're probably going to the south.
All right.
Yes, we're going south then.
Right.
Works for me. Works for me.
So if you're going to follow the trail there, you got some actions you can do. Let's see, following the trail costs 3 clues, as it says. You can also try to sneak around, or you can, you know, keep an eye out. So that's just will increase your alertness from any kind of encounters you might run into between scenes. Or you can try to rush, run them down, and get there a little faster by spending stamina.
Okay. If one of us wants to stalk, would that just affect that one character?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you'll be rolling for the whole party, the one character.
Okay, so first, if I roll for the party, I'd be able to roll a 70-10 to stalk. That's okay with everyone else?
Oh, I'm completely fine with that.
Ed's just licking the stuff while he's waiting.
All right.
Oh, now
Licking the residue, seeing how it
vibes
tastes.
of the guy, that big old giant from the Goonies.
Sloth.
Babe Ruth.
Lester's just gonna grab a stick and nudge his hand away from his mouth. Don't have to keep out weird stuff out of my creature's mouth. I don't want to do it with the humans.
Well, how else are we supposed to know what they eat?
Why would you want to know what they eat?
So we can track them.
Are we?
You just hear that face palm from Richard.
Lester's gonna glare. Fair, and he's just gonna say, "Fair point, but I'd like to recommend one that involves less ingestion."
And it just looks indifferent and walks up to Richard out of the bush like,
All right. Follow my lead and fingers crossed that I don't screw up. I'm gonna roll to stalk.
All right.
70-10.
7 dice is a pretty good roll. Oof.
With a 10 mixed in there.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a lot of.
He always like.
That's a lot of successes. Lester is a sneaky boy. Probably helps that there's a very dense woodland here stalking through as well.
Lester's like the woodlands, dense, because he blends in.
It's like, what's that, Ed? You think you found the trail? It's like, show us where they are, Bart. Show us.
woof. Woof! Scratch, scratch, scratch.
All right. Well, lucky for you guys, you don't hear any signs of any other creatures coming around. The coast seems pretty clear here. We're gonna roll up the next scene here.
Did I hit something? Oh no, it's you. Okay.
Yeah, that's me. I am rolling on my proc gen stuff. All right. You track the place to a much bigger area. Let's see. You got a nice sized clearing over here. So if you want to move your guys in this direction, we'll start filling it out with the features that you can see here.
Righto.
The ground here is quite rocky. And it looks like the windstorm that came through yesterday has done a number. And you've got a couple of fallen trees that have been knocked over. Here and here. Let's see. There's also a little bit of a creek running through the middle of here. Just drizzle making its way through. On the far side, there is an enormous mushroom of unusual size.
And Richard just goes, "That's an enormous mushroom of unusual size."
It sure is.
Even Ed would sort of go, "That is not a bush."
Also, hello there, Jolty Bolty, in the chat. Welcome.
You probably shouldn't eat that.
I know not to eat that. It is impossible to cook.
It may send you on a trip, and not in the good way.
That'll lead to quite the fall.
But then again, think about the magical studies we could do with such a what's what I'm looking for? Specimen.
Studying. No, pass. Come on, let's have a look around.
Alright, so I guess we could just start. We could each choose another action to do as we approach the scene, or is there anything else we
Right.
see as we go?
That's all you see as it is.
Alright. Well, guess we'll start having a look around.
Now, I guess I should ask: is the stream crossable?
Yeah,
That we see coming through?
it's just a little
Okay.
trickle. You can probably step across it
Okay.
pretty easily.
Yeah, 'cause
Ed would take out his lumbering axe and approach this log and just say, "If you want to look for bugs, always check the wood." And he just swings his axe through the log, going, "Hi ho, hi ho, where do the bugs go?"
still better than the new Snow White movie.
Oh,
Alright, if
Jack
that's
from
the
out of
action
nowhere.
Ed is taking, why don't you all roll? Let's see. Strength plus observation plus strength, yeah.
All of us?
Huh? Just Ed.
Okay.
Ed's taking the action here.
Oh, strength plus observation, you said?
Strength plus observation. Or fitness plus observation, whatever it's called.
Well, the vigor, probably.
Now, fitness.
Alright, so fitness is 3, fitness is 3. So, and... So does that mean I roll 3d10? Because I'm trying to figure this out.
If you have nothing in observation, then yeah, it's just 3d10.
I have 1 in observation.
Then it's 4d10.
Alright, rolling 4d10.
Oh, okay. Let's see. As you're chopping away into the wood, you cleave through it and get to some of the hollowed out center there. And you see that these things have kind of been crawling around and burrowing through it. And you see more evidence of residue there. You also see droppings. They've been pooping through here.
Ed uses the axe like a shovel to lift them up, and he just says, "Evidence of aminals," and he just holds it up in your face, Richard.
So Ed,
I just take my staff and I slowly push the axe away from my face, like, yes, and please don't eat those.
Ed has
I know
scored.
better than to eat droppings. That's just nasty. I have not done that since I was 2.
How old are you?
I am 23.
All right, I've got a good streak so far.
Richard is going to go over to the mushroom
All right.
and inspect that. Get my porkish, not in the stream.
And Ed has scored 3 clues already.
Okay.
And people say I do not know a thing.
So, right. So I'm expecting. I'm like in taking in the mushroom itself. So I'm seeing if there's anything like around the mushroom too.
Right.
So, sense and observation again, or something different.
Yeah, sense plus observation for inspecting something.
Okay, and yeah, I don't know why I even double checked. It's still 4. Oh, that's no good.
Oh, that is no good.
Happens.
That's a crit failure. I don't know what that would mean
Guess
in
what
this
you were
case.
in.
Oh no.
You know, we're not gonna punish you a whole lot for a crit failure on looking at something, but you don't find
What's the
anything in
score? And now I'm high.
your investigation there. By the way, you can have your creatures take actions as well. So if you want Torkish to help you out, he can make his own rolls.
Okay, let me look at Porkish's seat. Let me see. He does have sense.
And when creatures
what?
make skill rolls, they will use your skill and their talents.
Okay, so it's his sense plus my observation.
Right.
Okay, that's only gonna be 3 die. So let's see if Torkish will actually be helpful in this case.
Ah.
Well, maybe.
Well, the light from his fire is definitely helping you light things up underneath the dark shadow of the large, what do we call this? The tower cap. So he does help you pick up a couple of extra clues there. You find tracks. It looks like they've been crawling up and down this thing.
I just picture Richards just walking around in circles on this mushroom while it's dark, not seeing anything. Then Torkish just takes one step in and just lights up the tracks I've been just glazing over the entire time. Like, oh, hey, there's tracks here. Thank you, Torkish. Torkish.
Okay.
All right. By the way, since you guys are picking up more clues than you need to follow them, you can use those to gain more information on the actual pack that you're following.
Yeah, so I guess since we have all these clues, Lester could actually use those clues to actually pick up the trail and start following them then at this point.
Yeah. Or you could find out how big the pack is.
All right.
Or something like that.
For now, first things first. First, for the focused action, two things. Lester's just gonna he's gonna tell Arbo, all right, you take a see in that log and let us know if you see anything. All right? And Arbo's just gonna scurry over there.
Mm-hmm.
He's having him work, but he wants to try and avoid exerting him. He's a bit of a problem child. Meanwhile, Lester's gonna start going by the log, but he's gonna see Richard wandering around and get curious before stopping at the river. He's gonna have a look at that. He's got Arbo on alert.
All right. So Arbo's rolling for the log. You're rolling for the creek.
He mainly wants Arbo on watch. But okay, what would Arbo roll for the log?
For what?
What would Arbo roll?
If he's inspecting the log, then it's just sense plus observation.
I'll have him do that and be on alert. Okay, so my sense plus his observation?
His sense plus your observation.
Oh dear, I don't think we have any. He has 2 sense and I have observation. So it's 2d10. Arbo just takes a seat on the log. He technically looks at it.
Okay. Is he gonna roll? Oh wait, there it is. Let's see. Arbo doesn't see a whole lot.
At least he got it.
His bangs are in the way. He can't really see what's going on. He's not very good at. He doesn't know what he's looking for. He just goes.
I think at Psychic, seeing Lester would approach the water.
Hold on.
Look up at.
Lester's taking his turn still.
Sorry, getting ahead.
Okay, we're just gonna watch Psychic lazily walk up, and he's gonna be reminded of Arbo. Just mostly out of it until work. Lester's gonna look in have a look in the water, see if there's any clues there. That's sense plus observation. 3d10.
Okay, a 10. Yeah, they stopped.
Right.
They stopped for a snack by the creek here. Probably getting some water while they're snacking on some things. You can find the remains of their last meal.
Can I see? Do I know what it was?
Oh, let's see. Yeah, it just looks like they're munching on some fruits down there.
Okay. How many clues do we have?
You have 7 now. So you have plenty to spend on gaining information if you so choose.
Okay. I want to...
So the food is very good on figuring out what their health is like and how many of them there are. If you want to look for that, you'll get a little bonus.
This was... I guess... Would disposition count for that?
No, that would be different.
What about distance?
Distance? Sure, you can see. I mean, you can roll basically whatever you want. It's just that those would be easier to see that I mentioned. So you can look for the distance or disposition if you want.
I'm choosing that. I'm focusing on ones that have sense over intellect.
All right.
What would sizes tell me? Just how big they are?
I mean, if there's bigger ones in the pack, you'd be able to tell about that. Like if they're higher evolved.
All right, I'll go for size. See if anything can put me to that. /R 3d10. Huh. Okay, I got 1 success.
That's what it looks like. So let's see. We're gonna have to roll something here. Don't mind me.
The mystery.
Just consulting my tables. Yeah, there's a lot of activity through here. A lot of activity.
Like,
Yeah, you've got quite a few big ones that you're following.
Ooh.
You're looking at least 4 bigger ones in this pack.
Lester's gonna see a bunch of scurrying and notice the notably bigger sets of gashes in the ground.
Whoop.
Okay, that's good. That's not good. Good to know at least.
So these are not cute and tiny little things.
There's probably some of them. There's some smaller tracks, but you notice like there's a lot of dragging marks. Not just like the not the little pinpricks of the spider legs. There's things that have been dragging themselves through them.
Yeah, Lester's gonna let the others know. Okay, so definitely good news is we're probably on the right trail. Bad news is they're not all tiny creatures. Some of them are pretty big and likely gonna be pretty ornery to deal with. Lester's gonna look at Psychic next to him. What do you think?
The Psychic would probably just look up at Lester, cock an eye, and then just look at the water. And it would try and study a clue for distance.
Alright, distance. So go ahead and roll your sense plus survival or zoology for that.
That's Crystal's sense of 2 with Ed's 3 zoology, so 5d10.
Ah.
And then in Ed's mind, he would hear the female psychic's voice of, "Oh, Ed." And Ed would just sort of spring up with a boing and turn to Crystal and just say, "They're this way." And Ed would jump over the log and say, "What is it, Crystal? Where are they?"
All right. Well, you scored, let's see, at least 6 successes. What were you looking at? Distance?
Dang.
The tracks,
Yeah,
the
Crystal's
droppings,
a smart cookie.
the tracks and the droppings and all that are pretty fresh. Like they were here very recently. So
the psychic
you're
would
probably
just
gonna be
start following the trail on its own, and it just follows.
they're gonna be like right in the next place you get to, probably.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I guess the
Okay.
question is, do we want to go ahead and confront now, or do we need to come back with like more folks?
That's a good question.
Well,
And you still have 5 clues if you want to get more information on the pack. You can also look for another pack to follow if you feel like this one's too much for you.
Oh, I haven't done anything yet. Could I spend 3 of those clues to find a smaller trail for us to follow?
You know what? I'll let you do that for 2 clues.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm going to look around, like, because I see the big dragging trail. I'm like, let's find something different. And I look around for like a smaller trail that we can follow for the 2 clues.
All right. So, let's see. What was... Go ahead and roll that Sense plus Survival or Zoology, and we'll see if you pick anything up.
Oh, you don't just get it with spending the clues?
Nope.
'Cause it just says on here, follow the trail, it costs the clues. So I figured that's how it worked.
That's
So,
following
okay.
a trail you've already got.
Okay. Alright, so... You said Sense and Observation or Zoology again?
Right.
Alright, that's still 4 either way. I made him very average. That's probably not the best.
Yeah, that's not too great. You're not seeing too many things around here, at least. So, if you want to leave the trail, you can go off to look for a different place, or you can keep trying to dig for clues in this area and find out more information.
Yeah,
Right.
It's really just
I'll
a
try.
matter of how much time do you want to spend, because you guys are like a couple hours into the day already.
yeah. We should probably need to stop and probably eat a quick lunch real quick.
I'll try to use one clue to find a trail, if it's all right. If we can't, I'd say we at least scout out the skits.
You know what? You can try finding another trail for 2 clues, but you're gonna have to abandon this one.
What do you guys think?
Crystal says she knows the distance to the trail we are following. I follow my Crystal.
Maybe we just take our chances and try. And we just try to at least get like 1 or 2, and if going gets tough, we bolt.
That's probably good. Well, here's the question. How fast are you two? I think I'd be okay, but you guys probably don't look like you're made for speed.
Richard, he's not fast, but he's not slow either. He's got 5 speed.
Ed has 5 speed as well.
All right, let's try 6. So we won't have to. We wouldn't be too far ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Can we eat lunch? Richard's like, can we eat though? Lunch first though? I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, that's fine by me. We'll eat. Then I say we try. I say we either pick off. Things look tough. We try to pick off some stragglers, or maybe pick off some stragglers. Preferably with a sneak attack, in and out. That's how I prefer it.
All right, so I take it you're strategizing for the next scene here.
Yeah, depending on what we see with the Skittles, we're just going to be trying to avoid getting mobbed, essentially. If that's all right with you guys.
All right, so you guys could all stalk for the next one and sneak up on these guys.
I think that is the plan. We'll take like a 30-minute lunch, and then we'll stalk to the next location.
Okie dokie.
Would Arbo still be at the log, or would Ed have to try and call him over for you, Lester?
It doesn't really
Arbo-
matter.
Arbo's probably by the log, but Lester's gonna lure him over with some food. Arbo, you ready? You get enough? Where are you now? You get it? You want to come over?
You just see Rich.
Grab some nuts on the way.
All right. If you guys
Arbo's gonna rush over.
are gonna stalk, let's all get our stealth rolls going and see how
Yeah.
well you guys get here. By the way,
Okay.
a smaller party will be easier to sneak up with. The way we adjudicate this is each success that a person rolls counts for one party member being hidden. So with a group of 6, you're going to need collectively 6 successes.
Do we need to roll for the creatures too, or just our characters?
Yeah, everybody rolls.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, slight error, but
Unless
that's a
you just
calculator.
don't want to.
I definitely want to. In my case, it's double checked and it's. We just
Like
see.
I will, but I have no stealth, so I'm just rolling all agility.
Well,
Yeah,
there
to me
is critical failures to account for. So if you have a low chance of success, then maybe you wouldn't want to risk it. But
Yeah,
usually
that's-
more dice is going to be better.
I've got
I mean, if
my stock is a 60-10, so I'm willing to chance it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good roll.
I might as well to make sure we get those successes.
Oh, my Psychic and Ed both roll 3d10s, so
I just got 2
Okay.
successes on one of them.
Yeah, that's good. Let's see.
Oh, I got nothing.
Well, that was for me. I got to roll for my Torkish, which is 2.
Oh, Cat is not looking so good.
Let me see.
Okay.
So, how would I roll for Arbo? Arbo for stealth? My agility plus is.
No, his agility plus your stealth.
Okay, so it's another 60-10 actually.
Evergrade is carrying the party here.
I didn't think I'd be this. Wait. Arbo sweep, sort of.
All right, let's see.
That's 3 successes. I think.
You don't know what the difficulty is, so.
Oh.
Let's see.
Never mind.
That is 3 successes, though. Let's see.
Okay.
Count 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you guys have rolled plenty of successes to stay concealed here. So I will roll up the next scene.
We
Do
just
the 3 crit to the 3 ones not mean anything?
You rolled 6 successes, so the 3 ones I'm not gonna count against you.
Oh, so this isn't where like if you roll the 1 it counteracts one of the successes then.
Nah, but if you roll more ones than successes, then you're in trouble.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay.
Alright, next scene here. Let's see. Let's see.
Of course, with Ed's failures, you can probably see him try and follow the psychic by crawling on all fours like the psychic. He's just too animal for his own good, maybe.
He doesn't have the soft pads. And he's making an awful lot of noise through the bushes.
I'm just gonna put some leaves on it on Ed while he's moving.
It's you see as when Richard and Torkish are being sneaky, they're doing like the secret agent stuff. They're like, ha, da-da. And he's actually doing the like just like Kronk from Emperor's New Groove, the dun dun da da dun da da dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually,
No, that was Ed there. Ed's doing the.
Lester's actually going to be distracted by you two, and Arbo is actually going to be something. He's actually going to be keeping me focused. That way, I can keep leading him, and he doesn't have to worry. Sorry. I know. This way, come on. He's lazy, and he doesn't want to think.
Let's see.
Man, just look at these awesome VTT graphics on this map.
What do you expect when I'm making it up on the fly?
I didn't expect such high quality illustrations.
No better than WotC.
All right. So, here's the scene you see. But that's not all. Obviously, you've caught up to the creatures. Now, just before we get any further, what you see outside the boundary here, that's what we call the rough. And basically, it's just the dense part of the woods. So, moving through the rough costs 2 spaces of movement. And also, if you are 1 space into the rough, that provides cover and makes you harder to see and hit. But as you're here in the bushes, there is a lot of guys.
All right. Any of them big ones?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Let's move these bushes here so it aligns with the grid a little bit. It is quite the large pack you've stumbled upon.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Like sweet cheese and crackers.
Good thing you guys snuck up on them.
I don't know why I thought they were just 4 really big Skittles.
You didn't check for numbers.
Oh
That's
no,
what
I'm
we failed to
accurate.
do.
I just thought they were like really huge Skittles. I didn't think they were like on the next stage. Like,
Yeah.
No.
I didn't think either. Do we know what the evolved form of a Skittle even is?
Oh, why don't you make some zoology rolls? Intellect plus zoology.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make that. I've only got a 2d10.
What?
Up to you guys. Use your big brains.
Right.
I don't
Intellect
know.
plus zoology, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got a few successes there. They're not like super rare. So you guys know that Skittles are generally on the weaker side. But the bigger ones are about as strong as the creatures you have. Maybe slightly stronger.
Hmm.
You see Ed stare at Crystal and then stare at all the creatures, and he's just brow furrowed. We got this.
I immediately put my staff out in front of him to keep him from going forward. Like, no, the heck you don't.
Okay, slow down. I said maybe we could pick out some stragglers. But whatever we do, we're not rushing into this.
I did not say I was going in yet. Obviously, we need to sneak up on them. And he just goes down to his belly and just starts crawling forward.
Easy, big guy. I like the idea.
It's like we each like take one of his legs and like pull him back.
I was gonna I'm grabbing his coat. We're carrying this guy back. I like the idea, but we need to think carefully. Skittles looks.
So you guys want to pull back and maybe coordinate?
Apparently.
Well, I'm trying to remember. Is the idea are we supposed to bring one back alive or
No. You
Buster's
are
gonna
supposed to bring back
paper.
their essence, which is which is the stuff you get from. They'll dissolve into essence when they're defeated. You just have to bring that back
we're supposed to
as proof of
destroy
the
the
deed.
nest too?
That's the ultimate goal, but you may not find the nest in this little session yet.
Oh. I mean, I feel like it would be a pretty good guesstimate that we would think this might be a nest with this many here.
It seems like a nest, but we're not getting in. We're not going to get anywhere near a nest with this many around. So, okay. I hate thinking. Okay.
Now, the knowing where the pack is could give you clues to where to find the nest at if you follow enough of the packs and track them down. You can find where the source is. You don't necessarily have to engage them to find the actual nest.
Then maybe we can look around the area to try and see if they left a trail and if they left any other trail. Because they've been moving around. They might not. This could be a regular route for them.
Could be. That's a thought.
Okay, well, definitely help keep us hidden.
So we're all basically just observing them for the time being to figure out what the heck we're gonna do.
Do you want to
No.
maybe tail them?
Oh, let me see. Well, tail quarry, sense plus stealth. I'd be able to get 5d10 on that if I rolled it, which has a good chance of success. What do you guys think?
I don't have stealth. So I don't trust my sense dice enough to be able to succeed.
How much sense do you have?
I believe it's 3 on my main stuff. On my main 4 stats are L average.
Okay. And
So I'd be only rolling 3 die.
I have 4 sense, 1 observation. I have 4 sense.
Okay, and I have 3 sense, and Arbo doesn't seem to have any stealth, so it would just be 3 for him.
Well, no, the creatures, it's their main, like, it would be his sense plus your stealth if you had any.
Keep getting that mixed up. Sense. Yeah, so, okay, it would be his sense plus my stealth. So it would be 4d10 for Arbo. And 5d10 for me. What about you guys?
What I'm thinking is me and Torkish, we can stay on lookout while you begin to tail them, in case anything goes wrong. In case they try to start moving like right in your direction or something.
Okay, then if you're both on lookout, that would be +1. That would be +1 each to our party alertness.
Right.
So you
It
could
would
definitely-
probably just be distracted by the creatures, looking at them, not hearing Les or Richard, and probably uses a clue to sense the disposition of these things.
How many clues do we have?
All right, go ahead. You don't need a clue since you're looking at them right now. So
Go for
just
it.
go ahead and roll. What, sense plus survival or zoology is it? Or just zoology?
Yeah, sense
Yeah.
plus zoology. What
Sense
does
plus
disposition mean in
zoology.
this case?
How hostile they are.
Okay.
So that's 3 zoology and 4 sense for 7d10.
Ed knows his creatures. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good roll.
That's a good roll, yes. Oh, yeah.
Like, Ed is the definition of a smart, dumb person.
Ed.
Yeah, he may not be the most book smart, but he's street smart,
Same.
sort of.
Now, these
Same.
guys are naturally on the more hostile side, but at the moment, they're not, like, actively looking for a fight. They're just kind of playing around. Like, they had their meal not that long ago, so now they're just kind of digesting and playing around with each other. So they're not super alert, but they're not exactly docile either.
Mm,
And of course, if you show yourself, they will attack you.
Yeah, which is why Ed is still lying flat on the ground.
And Lester's going to try to start following a new trail.
but that's what I'm up for. Yeah, that's what I'm up for.
All right.
So,
So if that's the case, then go ahead and what was it? Roll that sense plus survival or zoology again.
Yes.
Discord
lives.
died on me.
the OPS again.
All right, as I was saying, go ahead and roll sense plus zoology to find that new trail.
Since
Super tense. The music dies down.
I haven't been paying attention to the music. You haven't gotten into a fight yet.
sense plus zoology. My sense is +3. So mine would be 3d10. What would everyone else's be?
If you're gonna back off
I'm
from
on-
the pack, then you can all make your rolls for this.
Oh, I was gonna stay on lookout, so that way I could be alert in case anything went wrong as you tried to follow the trail.
All right. Actually, you can do both. You got a focused action and a
Oh,
passive
okay.
action.
Oh. So hold on.
Okay.
I
Sense
copied all the stuff onto a separate notepad so I can read it. So
Good idea.
lookout is the lookout's passive, and this is what, tail quarry or
Are you looking for a new trail?
because it says here for follow a trail, it says it costs 3 clues. I don't think we have 3 clues.
Yeah, well, that's just following the trail that you've already picked up. You're gonna have to pick up a new trail, like at the very beginning. So that's something I haven't actually put on there. We can
Okay.
add
Alright.
that.
Did we want to try tailing these guys, or are we just finding a new trail? Oh wait, we're finding the trail that they took, right?
Well, it's weird because we're trying to follow. I think the idea was we were going to tail one of them to find a new trail. Was the kind of the way we were wording it. So I don't know.
I wasn't sure if we meant tailing the pack. I thought we meant tailing the pack, so I wasn't entirely sure either.
That's what I thought we were meaning too. I thought you were going to like start tailing, like a creature's going to start going off, and you were going to tail it to see if it leads to like an even bigger nest or not.
Well, they'll probably move as a pack. They might split up.
Yeah.
Alright,
Actually,
because I think that will be better than just trying to discover new trails. If once they start like going another way, we just tail them.
that's what I was thinking. Might still have to deal with the whole pack, but
All right.
at least it's still something that's already there.
If you can establish a pattern of movement, then you can probably also use that to track down the main nest.
All right. The case.
And if they split off, then of course, then you have a chance.
Okay.
Alright.
So,
So I guess at this moment, do we need a roll for finding the trail, or do we need a roll for tail quarry?
You'd roll for tailing the quarry since you're following them and trying not to be spotted.
Okay.
Creatures
So-
too.
If you want.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see here.
My sense plus stealth is 5d10. Is 5d10 for me. Tailing the quarry. Okay. And
I just only have sense to roll for Richard and Torkish, so I'm just gonna roll the total of both their dice together, which is 5.
Alright.
So it's gonna be 5d10 for both of them. Oh no!
I'll have Arbo's the same as me, so I'll have him roll 2 just to be safe.
I got 1 crit success and 2 crit fails on that.
That's very close.
I'll
You're
have
lucky that
Ed
they're
and
not
his
very
psychic be
alert.
separate. There's Ed and the psychic.
Alright, let's see. Lester scores 2. Richards actually scores 3 between him and Torkish.
So it would be my sense plus Arbo's stealth. My stealth.
Backwards.
My stealth plus Arbo's sense.
Correct.
Yes.
Your skill, their
Or-
talents.
My skill there. Okay, so Arbo's 4d10. Okay.
Oh, thank
We
you.
might everyone have suffered.
Okay, yeah. You do score enough successes. They're not really looking out for any danger here. So they all kind of move on, and you guys follow them to the next area.
Mhm.
Now, let's see what happens on the way. Okay,
Oh no, I did not like that whistle.
Doesn't mean it's bad.
I am a game master too. I know the lingo.
I have too many tabs open, by the way.
How many
Okay,
tabs
this
is
is
too
the one.
many?
The ones I have. Oh, interesting. Okay. As you're tailing these guys through the thing, you hear a loud trumpeting sound come from the treetops. And these things all kind of form together as a group. So they're out in the rough here. And let's see. Ed, you would probably recognize the sound you just heard, being a skilled zoologist. And you look up and see that there are a number of... Let's see... There are, like, an equal number to the pack that you're following of these pink caterpillar things just blasting at them. Oh, hello. Hevel has raided the stream over on Rumble. Thank you for the raid there. We're testing out our my little game here. So, thanks for bringing people by. And we are about to get on with a little encounter here. Our party has been tailing some creatures here, and they found a big pack, and they're trying to follow them back to the their nest, but a little fight is possibly about to break out. These guys have been surrounded by a pack of gum pillars here.
Dung pillars?
Gum pillars.
Wait, gum or gung?
Gum.
Gum.
With an M.
Gum. Okay.
The chewing kind.
Okay. Yeah, you can see that these things have walked into, like, some kind of an ambush here. So they're forming up a defensive line while the rival pack is closing in on them and screeching at them with their trumpet cries. Yes, this is some TTRPG, Hevel. This is one I'm making on my own. This is a basically Pokemon meets D&D.
Yep.
So, what's the call? You just gonna sit back and watch?
Yeah, I think that would be the best idea right now.
Ed would probably try and move to this bush on the right to get a better look and learn.
I'd want to stay. Yeah. I want to say like.
What is this? What's this kind of all lined up area right here that they just that they're on the other side of?
That is just a puddle of mud, basically.
Oh yeah, I'm not getting in the mud. Like, I'm assuming we're moving just close enough to where we can see, but that we're not gonna get caught by any stray attacks or whatever.
Probably a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Wait,
Maybe
where
we
did-
can pick off any
Now,
any
this
stragglers
isn't-
from the pack, but
This isn't necessarily like right next to the area you're in. You're in like just the plain rough right now. But if you guys
So,
are going to sit back and watch, then we'll kind of roll some dice and see how this plays out.
yeah.
and then we can collect whatever essence of the ones that didn't survive for our own.
Hmm.
Yep.
Oof. These guys are not faring so well.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, they're taking heavy casualties. The things that have surrounded them start just bombarding them with these fairy blasts of magic. These things are not happy about that. They fight back a little bit, they take out a couple of them, but a lot of them go down in the fight. And they end up just running away. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Most of the pack has been taken out by those things. A few of them have been killed in the fight as well, but these things are booking it out of there at this point. So you guys have a choice here.
Are you talking about the Skittles or the gum?
The Skittles,
forget what
the Skittles are losing.
you repeat what the gum what's it again?
The gum pillars, they are
The gum pillars.
they're taking them out, and there's about as many gum pillars as there are Skittles in the original pack. But they've lost a few in the fight.
Mm.
Jeez.
Here, let me. You know what? Let's just give you some numbers. Instead of putting it all on the screen, let's see.
I believe there's 1 million gum pillars here.
Yeah, there's still about like 10 gum pillars left as these guys are trying to run. And they seem to have some bigger ones as well.
And Richard's just watching all this going on. And it's like that scene where it's like you just focus on the bystanders and you just see the shadows of the carnage happening go across their faces.
Right.
And so you see, and Richard and Torkus are just like wide-eyed, just watching. It's like, well, that worked in our favor.
Yeah, Lester's just gonna be staring while Arbo's just eating some nuts.
So are you just gonna let them run away and then?
Yeah, well, I would
Well-
say it'd be smarter just to let them run away. We'll collect whatever essence we find from the remains, and then we go back.
It's either that or we tail what's left, and maybe we can take them out after they lead us to the nest.
Yeah, we're not ready for our nest, though, I think.
Well, actually, yeah, because their numbers are lower, but where there's a nest, there's probably a mother whose younglings
And a
have
father,
been recently,
maybe.
whose younglings have recently been slaughtered.
Single
Yep.
creature who worked 2 jobs, loves their kids, and never stops.
You mother who's too busy taking care of the house to worry about what the kids are up to.
So
See
Yeah.
Ed's eyes just pop up out of the bush like sort of a shark fin and starts to open his mouth to prepare a sort of Gumpiller cry, but then he just stops and turns back towards Crystal and then just slowly sinks back into the bush.
Hmm.
okay, so the gum pillars have driven them off, and they don't really waste any time starting to feast on the essence that has been left behind by these things.
So there's at least 10 gum pillars and probably a few big ones.
Smaller than the last pack, but they're not what you're looking for.
Yeah. Hmm. What do you guys think?
So they already all run off, or are they still there?
These guys have
Gum
run
pillars
off.
are yeah. The gum pillars are sticking around to eat the essence. And
Oh
what's
no, we
left
need to stop
of
the gun pillars.
Yeah.
You want to
As he
engage the
pops
gum
up-
pillars?
We need the essence. It is proof, but I think we should at least be nice.
I don't know. They seem kind of. I think they'd be kind of wound up if we just pop up and try to steal their food.
Sneak attack?
Sneak attack. Pick them up. You pick them off, and we'll try to pick them off as much as we can, and then we fight all at once when we need to.
Let's set up a battleground if you guys are going to engage them.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ed
we need this.
would engage, but not with any weapons. He would use his weird animal knowledge to try imitating a gum pillar to try and communicate.
Do you really think you can communicate with the gum pillars to let them have the essence?
Are you sure you're not a creature?
I do not know. All I know is I am good with aminals. At least let me try. Sucker.
That's-
So maybe Richard and Lester with our creatures, we form some kind of like stealth position to do a sneak attack on if Ed fails at convincing the gun pillars to let us have the essence.
Works for me. Worst case scenario, he lures one over. I'd rather hold on to stealth as long as possible, but if we can take out one, that's one less we have to deal with later. All right.
Okay.
Everybody, you ready to sit and wait around? Yeah. Yeah, boy.
All right, let me set this up.
I had to reload roll 20 on my end real quick because it still had all the Skittle tokens on the thing for some reason.
Yeah, I should probably do the same.
I'll do the same just to be safe.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it updated it for me now. Yep, that's right. I see the one gum pillar.
Okay. Oh. Yeah,
Yep,
mine was behind.
I was following with Twitch.
Let's
Just to be
see.
sure.
Yeah. I got double laptops going here. I got the roll 20, I got the roll 20 on one, and then I got the Rumble and the Discord on the other computer, and I got my phone right here.
The three-screen technique. Impressive, sir.
Nice.
You can tell he's a streamer.
I honestly don't even stream that often, which is funny enough. Which I really, it's like I want to do more video stuff because I have a Rumble channel. I just
Mhm.
barely have the time to do anything.
Right.
Although I'm probably going to start working on a game of my own using the Microlight 20 system probably here within the next month or so. So
Micro
we'll see what
20?
happens with that. Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with that one.
It's just a very simple rules light, mostly D20, but you can like switch it around. Like people have made it's one of those very, like the only thing they have licensed is the name, but everything else with part of that game full open license. Like there is a huge like just document of like it's like a 600 page, maybe actually no, it's more than that. It's just a huge document of just different Microlight 20 games that people have made using their system and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll share a link to the Discord later.
Ed, get over here.
Get over here.
If you're gonna do your rolls and whatnot.
We'll be close behind him.
I feel like we need to take like side positions to where it almost feels like we're going to flank them.
As long, sure thing.
So that means I would be like, I'll take the left, you take the right, Lester.
Okay. Like this.
This is what I'm thinking. Do we need to do any sort of rolls to like hide and stealth while Ed's talking to the gum pillars?
We'll just go by the roll you did earlier, since that was nothing has really happened on your end yet, so you're still in hiding.
Okay.
All right.
So Ed, what exactly are you trying to do here?
You know those videos online where people just pretend to be slugs? They just flop up and just slink forward slowly by segmenting their bodies. And then he just raises up and does an elephant.
What is the
Trying
goal?
to speak their language.
Let's ask that. What is your goal here?
It's to try and build a rapport, a balance.
Bro, get ready to move.
Okay, make your sense plus zoology roll. Wrong dice.
Wow, those are really good rolls.
Yeah,
Sense
15,
plus
damn.
zoology.
And all
Nice
equals
total.
69.
I can't get higher than a 10.
Nice.
And there goes our PG-13 rating.
Wait,
Not
those
nice.
are 20s. My bad. I just noticed that right now. Let's try this again. Not bad though. Sort
Nice.
of.
Success is a success.
They are confused. They're not happy about you, but they're confused. So, how about this? If you guys want to jump in, I'll give Richard and Lester a surprise round.
Yeah, I think
Well,
Richard will
Ed
be
is
waiting
flopping
for like some
around.
sort of. Richard will be waiting for some sort of signal from Lester to know like if we need to like start going in there or not.
Yeah. Lester's gonna be ready. He's waiting to see if the gun pillars actually turn hostile.
Oh, they're hostile.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought they were more confused than angry.
They are confused. They're not sure what they're looking at with Ed, but they're taking aggressive postures.
Okay.
Yeah, let's actually put these things in the grid. So, you guys want to roll initiative?
Yep. Let's
I
do
thought
it.
you said we got a surprise.
You will have a surprise.
Oh, but we're just gonna go ahead and get the initiative out of the way
Right.
real quick. Okay.
Surprise! You're rolling initiative.
How did I get 8 D10s for initiative?
That's speed
does it-
plus reflexes.
And let me see. Yeah, my speed is 5. My reflexes are 3.
Really?
Oh yeah, so I'm pretty fast.
You are pretty quick. Okay.
I don't have much in reflexes.
You ain't first, you're last.
Not according to the turn order.
And for...
Uh-oh.
Let's see. For initiative, this is the only time where we actually add the rolls. So, go ahead and get your creatures' initiatives too. They're just going to be speed.
Okay.
Okay, so just the creature speed. Oh, wow, he's got 5 for his speed. For mine.
Yeah.
Porkish. So...
37?
Oh, wow. That's my Torkish.
Arbo is the same as me. Interestingly.
27, alright. Well, I guess you get to decide who goes first on that. But Richard
Yep.
is moving first with Arbo, and then him.
You mean Torkish, then Richard, or...
Yeah, Torkish. I'm getting your
Wait,
creatures mixed up.
Does Ed and Psychic need a roll too?
He's flopping around on the ground right now. So,
Okay.
he'll roll next time.
What about Psychic?
Oh, this is initiative for the surprise round.
For the surprise
Yeah.
I
round.
see what you did.
Ed's
That makes-
flopping around. The Psychic is not. The Psychic's just sort of watching, rolling its eyes, licking its fur while waiting, and watching the other two.
Alright then. So if you're gonna attack, now's the time. Now,
And
in
I guess-
combat, you've got 2 actions, like before. You got your major action and a minor action.
Okay.
And major actions are usually your attacks, obviously. Minor actions are movement and other things you can do. And there should be a list of combat actions in the handouts section too, for like the basic stuff you can do.
Yep.
Let's have a look.
See that one. This is all combat. Transferring over all to a notepad so I can see off my dark screen.
I know, I hate
The other
that.
one was tracking.
I had to go back to light
Yeah.
mode because of that.
The white mode just bothers me now every time I try it. I'm so used to dark mode. Alright, so hold on, I'm trying to look at my Torkish in the creature codex really quick so I can see what his moves that he's got does.
If you go into his character sheet, it should be on there. You can click on the little edit
I
icon
see-
and it'll show it.
Oh, okay.
I copy and pasted all
okay.
that in there.
Ah, that's genius. Okay, what about... Alright, so... Okay, so not fire up then. Don't need torch. What does flare do?
Flare
don't
is his
need- I don't think
main
I need-
attack.
What's the difference between if that's his main attack? Then what's basic attack then?
That's just like taking a swipe at something, throwing a punch or whatever. The flare is like his main class attack.
Yeah. Of course, I exited out when I needed to read it over. Come on, get back here, Dorkish. All right. So now it is, since this is considered a range attack, does it suffer a penalty? Do I suffer a penalty at all if he's closer to the target?
No. But if you are like right next to one, if you're engaged in melee, then they will get a like an attack of opportunity against you. But if there's any space, then you're free to do whatever.
It's weird because the basic attack does more damage than the flare, but I roll more dice on the flare than the basic attack.
Wait, what?
So the basic attack, it says I only roll 3d10, but for the flare it says I roll 8d10.
Right.
But the damage for the basic attack says it's 5 damage per hit, and then the damage for the flare attack is 3 damage per hit.
Okay, the damage for the basic attack is wrong. Basic
Okay.
attacks are something I threw in there like a long time ago, and I haven't updated all of them. Should be 3 damage per hit.
Okay, and is the flare still also just 3 damage per hit?
Yeah, that should be the same no matter what.
Okay. Then you just see as Richard pops up, points his staff at the closest gun pillar, and says, "Torkish, hit him with a flare!"
All right.
You just see like Torkish like take like a weird stand, he almost does like a similar like gremlin pose, points his head down, go Torkish, and like a flare shoots out from the top of his head. All right, let's roll.
Oof.
Yeah, so he just goes right for this one right here.
Which one?
I moved my token to the closest one right there, where he was.
Oh, well, you probably don't want to do that since it's a range attack.
Oh, then I'll have him stay back. And I'll have. Oh, you just see the flare like shoot out from the bushes at that gun pillar.
All right, let's see. Let me pull up gun pillars here. Let's see. They have an evasion of 5. That is 6 hits and a crit. So let's see. What's 6 times 3? 18?
18.
$18 damage, and he has been burned by the flare for the crit. So he will be taking ongoing damage each turn.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. And then for Richard, what will I have him do?
Good question.
Let me look here at his stuff. I think he's going to try to do a staff blast at my pings are always off on this whenever I do them on Roll20, so I'm going to try my best to try to ping the one he's hitting. Richard's going to ping, or he's going to try to hit. Not you.
That one?
I'm trying to go up more. That one right here.
Yeah, I don't know where that one is.
Yeah, my Roll20, the pings never work for me. Hold on, I'll just move him back toward to show the case the one where he's attacking. So he's
Okay.
going to attack that one right there. And then it's going to be a staff blast.
All right, so with a staff blast, that's actually an actual like area attack. So
Oh.
when it's a close blast like this, what it means is a blast 1 is like the center point and each space around it. But when it's a close blast, that means it's like coming out directly from you in a certain direction. So the blast is just somewhere adjacent to you. So you could shoot it like this way and hit both of these guys with the blast.
Could I, like, how far am I able to, like, shoot out this blast at to try to hit? Like, how far?
Let me draw you a thing.
A guiding thing.
All right. So this is the area of your blast.
Yeah.
It has to be adjacent to your character, but that's the only
Okay, adjacent
restriction.
to the character.
So you could put it there.
Okay.
You could put it like over here. You could put it over here and hit your Torkish. But I assume you don't want to do that.
No.
And that's
The one
probably
that
your best bet.
Is the one that my Torkish hit still up or no?
It's still up, yes.
Okay, then yeah, we'll do that. We'll try to get we'll try to get that one gun pillar and the one my Torkish already hit then with the staff blast. We'll do that.
All right.
So roll for staff blast.
377.
Don't know if that succeeds or not.
37755. That's a couple hits.
Okay.
Actually, that's 4 hits. 4 hits. 2 damage per hit, so 8 damage to each. Alright. It's not a bad opening.
All right. Awesome.
So, you want to do any movement or anything? Or end your turn there?
I think I'm just gonna end my turn there. I'm not gonna have Richard or Torkish move at all right now.
Alright. Lester,
All right.
either you or Arbo, which one you want to go first?
I want to make sure I don't get cornered, so I'm gonna position around Ed. I'm just gonna say, hey, first one in, first one out. Everyone's just gonna nod begrudgingly and 2, 3, 5. Slip around and use precision strike on this gun pillar.
Alrighty.
Give me 1 sec.
Okay. That is, let's see, 5 hits. 5 hits on the gun pillar. They are not super durable in melee. So let's see. That's 15 damage.
5 times 3. Yes.
Alright. So Lester, is he gonna go take his turn now?
Right. Go. Yeah, gun pillar's still up.
Gun pillar is still up. He cries and screams as
2,
Arbo comes over and starts
3.
pummeling him, but he is holding down.
Lester's gonna join him. Don't you? Yeah, he doesn't get you. It's easier with teamwork. And coming in with the bladed gauntlet. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
That is 2 hits.
2 hits, yes. 2 damage per hit, so another 4 damage. So you go slicing at him with the blade in your gauntlet, and he's dodging and he's getting some hair trims.
Darn thing.
Now it's time for everybody else. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 10 of them. Oh, you know what? We're gonna have to roll individually.
No.
Oh,
Add turn. 12. Slow boy there. $24.
Yeah, whenever it comes to big groups of enemies like that, I just roll one initiative for all of them and just have them all go at the same time. Usually, that's just me.
Yeah, I'm tempted to do that, but I mean that's gonna leave you guys getting ganged up on very easily.
Yeah, that is fair. Of course, for poor Ed, he may think it's a sign of. He may think that they're actually showing endearment. And so as they're like chomping on him, it's like, oh, they love me.
And let's see.
poor Ed.
Whoops. Just a couple more. All right. Now Ed and Psykid need to join in. Roll initiative.
So
And we'll go ahead and
we
sort
that's just
these.
speed plus reflexes. So
Right.
on the character sheet, we then do we add the 7 on there, or is that something separate?
The 7 is what?
You should have
'Cause
an
we
initiative
have
button if you go to your character sheet.
Yeah, because
your
on the
character
character
sheet.
sheet we have deflection, evasion, speed, initiative.
No, you should actually have a macro button that you can push for your initiative.
Yeah, yeah, all right.
Yeah, when you got it. You should be able to do the same with Psychic if you click on her.
There wasn't not the creatures don't have an initiative. You just roll their speed
Oh,
for the creatures.
Some of
You're
them
right, I
have
was thinking of the
initiative
attacks.
macros, but that's not consistent across all of them.
Yeah, my Torkish didn't have one.
yeah, Arbo didn't either. Some creatures are more equal than others.
So Psyche would just be
Speed.
10 or 6 d10.
Well, all right. Well, for Ed, he has 2 reflexes. So yeah. So should that be re-rolled?
What?
'Cause initiative is speed plus reflexes. Ed has 5 speed and 2 reflexes.
Oh, we did.
Okay, throw
dice
2
thing was
dice
wrong
on him.
it.
All right, throwing 2 extra. And then for Psychic, that's 6 plus my 2 reflexes.
Wait, is it supposed to be plus their reflexes too, or just their speed?
You know what? I haven't really completely decided on that. I've just been rolling speed, so let's just do that.
All right, so no initiative on the sheets then. Alrighty. Anyway, so initiative for Ed would total 43, and that's the same for Psychic.
What?
Nice. Wait,
Now, Cyclid just gets a 6. So
60-10.
Very confusing.
38. All right.
Alright, so Ed's initiative 43, Psychic 38.
Ed gets to go first, and then Psychic.
Got so much stuff open. All right. Well, Ed gets up and sees all this fighting and decides, fine, and then puts out his shield to bash the gun pillar in front of Arbo.
So you're gonna take a move up there?
And then for round shield bash, that's press the roll ability.
Say what?
To perform the round shield bash, I have show as token action.
Yeah, if
And
you
then
click
there's a
on
button
your
that says
token,
roll ability.
if you click on your token, you should see some macros at the top that have all your token actions.
I see 5, 55, and 6, and then 2 setting wheels.
Okay, you know, in your abilities tab, try clicking on the die that says roll ability then.
Okay, round shield bash.
Alright. So you charge forward and smack the thing with your shield. Score 2 hits. Don't deal a whole lot of damage, but the thing is distracted for the next turn, so it can't make opportunity attacks. And Psychic will be up next.
And Psychic has a teleportation ability. It says this creature can concentrate to teleport itself or an inanimate object a number of spaces equal to its speed.
Yeah, concentrated actions will take the entire turn. So if you do that,
Yeah,
you won't be able to
legit-
make the attack or anything like that.
And with the ranged attacks, it'll with Ego Whip is that it says it's ranged 5, so if I can move the Psychic closer, like next to Lesser Arbo, it's still out of range.
What are you shooting for? The same one you just hit?
Correct.
Okay, so the range is how many spaces away you can attack something with it.
So Psychic can attack directly from where it is.
Yeah, however, he is deep in the rough, so it will be difficult for him to shoot through unless he comes up to the edge. So he would
So,
take
like,
a -2 to his rolls. Unless he moves closer.
So if he
You've just got a
moves-
bunch of trees and bushes in the way.
In which case he'll just take the teleportation action and move here.
Where? Oh,
And that would be Psychic's turn to get it in range and closer.
I don't think you'd even need to teleport to get there. You have a
You should be able to
yeah,
just
you have a
walk in.
speed of 6, so that means you can move 6 spaces with a single
Alright,
single
so
minor action. But the rough
So
does
we
take
could-
2 spaces to move through, so you can move 1, 2, you can move here, or you can move where you're at right there. But being in
Alright.
melee when you're doing ranged attacks is gonna leave you open to being
So-
attacked immediately.
So would it? So if I'm here, the attack is safe or at disadvantage?
That's safe.
All right, then ego whip from there.
All right. Okie dokie, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits. At 3 damage per hit, that's 21. Oh yeah, Psychic's eyes glow with an eerie power, and freaking the gum pillar just shrieks. Excuse me. The gum pillar shrieks as its mind is assaulted by the Psychic's onslaught, and it expires. He is down. Falls over, starts to dissolve. Alright.
And
All
you,
right.
just as a character moment, you'd see Ed with the 3-fingered hand do a sort of vague prayer symbol and just bow and just closes his eyes and stands there.
Lester's just gonna look at Psychic after it dissolves the gun pillar's mind and just gives it a thumbs up.
Alrighty.
Like
Okay,
it
that
just
worked.
sort of humps and shrugs.
Torkish is our next up.
All right. I just realized this as I was looking over Torkish's stuff. You put him under. You gave him the stuff from the ignition class when I had picked the Inferno class for him, but I just switched over his class to where it's ignition instead of Inferno now, so you
Okay.
don't have to worry about changing anything.
Alright.
Yeah, I just happened to notice that, but it's fine. We'll just say he's ignition instead of Inferno. So Torkish is gonna just go ahead. He's gonna flare that same one that he was attacking earlier again.
Alrighty.
So
Whoosh.
Whoosh, yes, whoosh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. 3 damage per hit. That is a 12 damage. Torkish Ungabungas and leans his head down like a cannon and blasts one out.
yep. Is it still up?
It's still up, just barely. It singed it pretty good. He just barely hang on and didn't get a direct hit. And now it's the gum pillar's turn to finally do something. And of course, I have closed my gum pillar tab, so I don't know what they do.
Quick, attack him while he's trying to figure it out.
Alright.
Oh, wait a second. That was a major action to do a flare. Can I still do a minor action for Torkish?
Yes, you can.
Okay, now I'm reading over this fire up thing, and it says the effect is he becomes empowered. What
Right.
does that mean if he becomes empowered?
An empowered combatant gets a +1 roll modifier to their attacks for the rest of the encounter. And you
Alright,
can
then
stack
after
that up to 5 times.
Right, so Torkish will see that he still did not get this gun pillar, and kind of the equivalent of like going to a rage. He gets fired up.
Alrighty. And that'll
And then
cost
you
you
hear the
the 1 mana.
you hear the yeah, and then you hear the song I'm all fired up, fired up, fired
You know
up,
what?
playing somewhere
Speaking
in the
of-
background.
Speaking of, let's see. Is this a good one? No, we're not ready for that one. We'll go with that one. Action music here. Oh wait, you guys probably don't see that.
actually can't hear. Hold on.
Dang it, everything's crashing.
So yep, 1 man off from him, and if I hit
I
watch
forgot
stream,
the
I'll be
music
able to
was
hear
up.
it.
I'll get some action music in here.
Action music.
Alright, anyways. This gum pillar over here. Let's see. Let's see, we got range 5. I'd say they're not too happy with Ed deceiving them. They're like, hey, that's not a gum pillar, that's a human. This guy squirms up one space and starts like, looks like he's chewing his cud. And he spits this green or purple pink goo over at Ed here. Alright, what is Ed's evasion?
Ed's evasion is 5.
5. Alright, Ed is taking 1, 2, 3 hits. So 6 damage. He gets splattered with the goo and sticking to him. Let's see, what did I say? That's 3 hits? That'd be 9 damage, right? Yeah, 9 damage. I got streamer brain so bad right now. Alright.
Understandable.
Next up, this guy. Let's see. He's gonna move back a bit and make the same attack on Psykid over there. Let's see, Psykid's got 6 evasion, so we're looking at 1, just 2 hits, so 6 damage. And then it'll be Richard's turn.
Right? I think Richard is just gonna he's gonna hit the same 2 with another staff blast.
Alrighty.
So try to at least get that one that's already super injured out of here. So alright.
Alright, oh yeah. That's what? I think that's 5 hits. You hit more than you have dice. 10 damage.
He's magic.
A magic man. Alright.
With only 1 level in magic currently.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
getting lucky here. The other one just gives way to the blast and keels over and begins to dissolve. Alright, I'm gonna move the dead ones off
And
to
you
the
just hear
side.
Richard from the side saying, "Who's that man? It's the magic man!"
And as his, and he's got the magic hands.
I imagine him with his staff over his head like a Tuscan Raider. Alright. Any minor actions for Richard?
That's a very good question. Actually, I should probably let me see. Okay, so what exactly is shifting a space?
Shifting is moving one space to disengage from something, usually. So that moving one space at a time won't provoke an opportunity attack.
Okay.
That's what the shift is for.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything that he can do minor action wise right now, so that'll be it for me.
All right. Arbo is next up.
All right. One overextend, so I'll just have Arbo shift. Move up to. I'll have Arbo move up here. Yeah, Arbo will go up here.
All right.
Then he's going to take another precision strike at this scum pillar. Get this over with.
All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait.
6. Wait, that's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hits! 8 hits!
And only 7 dice.
Let's see. What's 8 times 3? 24?
Yes.
Yep.
Arbo goes right at it, and the gum pillar has little means of defending himself from a flurry of fists. He's just a little guy. He is actually resistant to this, but it doesn't matter. Arbo is going at him. So, Lester is up next.
He's gonna run in for the finisher. Bladed Gauntlet.
That
3
is
hits.
not as effective. 3 hits for 6 damage. He's taken some hits, but he is not down yet.
Nice job, Arbo. I kept you around for a reason.
Okay, next gum pillar is dead. And the next one is the one over by Richard. Now he is going to, let's see. There's no clear, like, one of you guys that I could focus fire on, which is making it hard for me to make tactical decisions. Which I guess is good for you guys. Okay, he is going to move up here a bit on the ledge. We got a little rocky ledge here. I don't know if I mentioned that, but that's what that represents. So he's going to get a little bit of a height advantage and start blasting at Richard from where he's at. Alright. What is Richard's evasion?
My evasion is 6.
6. Only 2 hits. However, it was a good hit. He launches the big old wad of sticky goo at you, and it really sticks you up. It only does a couple hits worth of damage, 6 damage, but you are slowed now, so your movement speed is cut in half for the rest of the encounter.
Just Richard, like, why is it sticky?
Let's see, what's a good
that's the
marker to
wrong
represent that? How about the snail?
Hit the...
Alright, the next guy...
You said that was 6 points of damage, right?
Right, 6.
Okay.
The next guy already likes where he's at, so he is going to go ahead and shoot the gummy shot at Arbo, since that's the clearest target here. Let's see.
His evasion is 5.
5? Ooh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's 5 hits.
That's... Yeah.
15 damage for Arbo. No crits, though.
Oh, jeez, that's really bad. Okay.
Oh, wait. No, it doesn't matter. Arbo is actually vulnerable to fairy attacks, which that is what this is. But he already hit every hit. So, not much else to do.
Okay.
I forgot that. Yeah, it's Pokemon vibes. Of course, the types are gonna work against each other.
Oh no, I
forgot about
forgot.
that.
Looks like the little caterpillar crushed the squirrel's nuts.
Yeah.
Alright. This other guy is going to move up to the ledge and take a shot at Lester here.
Oh my gosh.
Lester, what's
My
your evasion?
5.
5? Yeah, you...
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, with the high ground advantage, that's 6 hits.
Oh.
And a
jeez.
crit. So you have been slowed.
Yeah.
We'll give you a little snail.
Thank you. How much damage?
6, that would be 18 damage.
Oh my goodness.
Alright. This next one is the one right next to Arbo. So he's going to have to shift back one. Then he will take the Gumby shot at Arbo. Ooh. Let's see.
Yeah.
5, so we're looking at a 3 to hit with the advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. So 12 damage to Arbo.
Hmm.
And this next guy is gonna line up, square up with Psykit, and take his shot. Let's see. Psykit's got 6 evasion though. Psykit doesn't take a single hit. He just ducks down and slips into the bushes, runs around. Every shot misses. And this, of course, is the last guy here. He's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. I guess he's going to put some distance between him and take a shot at Lester here. Let's see, what was Lester's
That's-
evasion?
5.
Alright, so just 2 hits, so 6 damage.
Hmm.
Getting a little tense now.
Yep.
Okay, that is the first round. Now, you wiped out 2 of them, so we're going to do a morale check real quick. We'll see if these things want to keep fighting.
How's morale checks work in this game?
We just roll a die for each creature that's still around, and we compare it to basically the danger of the creatures present. So they're gonna stick around, or at least one more round.
Hmm.
And Ed gets to go then.
I think Ed would move forward and then try to pacify some of the creatures in his sight by just holding the shield in front of him but bowing respectfully, showing that they are powerful and he does not want to keep fighting.
I'm gonna be real with you. That is gonna fail.
He's dumb. He's still gonna try it.
Okay.
Oh boy.
That's sense plus zoology for the pacify creature action.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 1s. You just made him mad.
Ed probably looks up over the shield, sees the gun pillar sort of fuming. He's like, "Uh-oh, I think I did something wrong."
And then you just hear Richard like, "You think?"
Yeah, while you're there, just stay put while we adjust ourselves.
Alright, Psykit is up next then.
Psychic is going to run in front of Ed and then perform a psychic shriek straight in front of the gun pillar.
Alright, I'm gonna have to remind myself what a psychic shriek is like.
It costs 1 mana. And it says it's ranged, but doing in front of the creature should count for something. Its attack is power plus telepath versus evasion.
Well, doing in front of the creature is going to provoke an opportunity attack.
Crystal is trying to protect her Ed.
Okay.
So that removes 1 mana, and then
Let's see. Gunpillar's got evasion of 5. That is 2 hits. And he is distracted. We'll give you a swipe back for using a ranged attack right in his face, though. And he smacks Psykit with his trunk for 6 damage. Alright. Torkish is up next.
All right. He's currently empowered from earlier.
Right.
Do you have like a little up arrow or something to show like he's got like an empower thing?
Let me give him a little strong man.
Yep. And so that's an extra die to my attack, right?
It's a +1 to the rolls. So each die you roll gets +1 to the result.
So like if I rolled like if it was like a 4, it becomes a 5.
Right.
Gotcha. And remind me when it comes to moving, how do I know how many spaces I can move Torkish?
That's your speed. So however many your
so
speed is, that's how far you can move with a single action.
Okay, so he's got 5. Well, he's not going to move much. He's just going to move 1 space over. If I can actually use the right thing, he's going to move 1 space over. He's going to lock this gun pillar in the eye before tilting his hair back down and blasting it with another flare. So let's see. And the one that's fighting the Psykit is the one he's aiming at.
Alright.
Alright, so flare.
Alright, so that is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
Yeah.
Right. 5 hits, so let's see. 15 damage.
Yep.
It goes right by and singes part of his body. It barely scrapes by. And let's see, who is next? Alright, the guy in the middle. If I can select him.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this guy is gonna scooch back a bit to give himself some room and take a shot at Ed because Ed pissed him off.
Is Ed able to use his round shield to guard?
Not on somebody else's turn.
Ooh.
Yeah, you got to do that on your own turn. So let's see, what's Ed's evasion?
Five.
5? Alright, 4 hits, so 12 damage. And 1 crit, so you're gonna be slowed.
12 damage.
12 damage. And let's see. Alright. These guys are going to continue getting some distance between them. And this next one is going to take a shot at Arbo. What's Arbo's
my
evasion?
goodness.
Yeah, not looking
5.
good. 5.
Yeah.
And Arbo is vulnerable, so that's 5 hits.
Oh boy.
15.
Zarbo dead?
15 damage. He's only got 13.
Yeah.
Sounds like he goes down to me. Slot says wipe incoming in the chat.
Yeah.
Oof.
Arbo recrystallizes and returns to his binding crystal. And
yeah.
it is Richard's turn again.
And I'm slowed, which you said I can only move half the my speed amount.
Right.
So is that 2 or 3 then? Because I have a speed of 5.
You know what? It means that each space takes 2 moves. So
Okay, so
let's do it that
I'm trying
way.
to think. Okay. I'm going to. Richard will be keep ahead Torkish, and he's going to move 1, 2, and he's going to try to do a staff blast at. See how many can I? Because I think if the area of the staff blast is correct, I can hit 2 of these guys out of the 3, from the looks of it.
Yeah.
Right, so I will staff blast that area then to get two of those 3 gun pillars.
So we're talking like here or here?
Hold on 1 second. Let me double check. Staff blast. But yeah, it doesn't give me the range on the thing here when I look at it, but it was like a good. Yeah, I'm like the ones behind this weird line thing that you got right here with the line sticking out of it.
Right, the
Up
ledge.
here. Yeah, this ledge right here. Yeah.
All right.
Try to. All right, so let me do step blast.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Hitting the crits. Let's see, what are they? Evasion 5. That's 5 hits again.
Yeah, 10 points of damage done to 2 of those gun pillars up here on this ledge area.
Alright, they are singed. They're not down yet, though.
Alright.
Mhm.
And how long am I slowed for?
For the rest of the fight.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah.
I guess there's ways that you could, like, remove those, like, during a battle if you had the right stuff for it.
There are, like, oils you can have that are, like, potions that you can remove it with.
Yep.
Alright.
So, note to
Lester.
self, make sure you get slow removal potion.
Note to self: always oil up.
Oh. Not the words I would have used.
I did it for the pony just so he would be satisfied.
That's even worse.
Alright, Lester is up.
Yeah. Yeah. I locked my creatures down. And I'm also slowed. So I'm just gonna step back a bit and heal.
Heal.
Not. I'm gonna use a.
Oh, you bring
I'm
in
gonna use one of
potions?
my potions. Yeah. What would I roll for that?
Let me see. Hold up. I don't think it's a roll at all.
I wasn't sure. I couldn't find it unless. Oh wait.
Potions and stuff are still in my notes.
Couldn't find them on the site.
Oh, geez. Everything's all... There it is. Okay, I found it. Let's see. Health potions. You just regained straight up 20 health.
20 health. And I'm at 27.
That
Yeah,
should...
I'll use one to top myself off. If I get ganged up on, I'm gonna go down fast. And that's gonna be my turn.
Alright.
I'm gonna have to be more supportive guys. They're all ranged.
It is the Gum Pillar's turns now. Let's see, that one's dead. You know what, let's remove him from the turn order now. Alright, the one up here that Richard just hit. He's gonna hit back now. With the gummy shot. Oof. Richard's evasion is what?
Oh, my evasion is... Sorry, I spaced out there for a second. Evasion. 6.
6.
Ah,
Alright.
crap.
That's 5 hits. So 15 damage on them.
Oof.
You guys are in a bad position here.
Yeah.
Let's see. This guy is gonna scooch over here. Let's see. They're still kind of mad at Ed. We're gonna take a shot at Ed here. And Ed's evasion is
5.
3 hits. So 9 damage on Ed. And the next guy, he's gonna scoot over to the next one and take another shot at Richard.
No.
Cross your fingers.
Were you crossing them?
I think I just barely make it from that one because that's 3 hits there.
3 hits. Yeah, that's 9 damage. So yeah, you're hanging on.
Just barely hanging on.
And this guy, it's gonna take a shot at Psykit here. Oof. Let's see, Psychic's got 6 evasion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. That's 15 on Psychic. And then this guy up in the corner is actually going to move a little closer and take his shot at Ed. Alright, what did Ed have again?
5.
So 6 damage, 2 hits. And we got like one more. And he is right next to Psykit. So he's going to scooch back and take a shot at Psykit here. For 2 hits. Another 6 damage. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's get a morale check. They're sticking around, boys.
Yeah, I think it's about time to retreat, guys.
Yeah. Argo's down. Richard's almost down.
Well, I
And
got
we're
healing
not-
potions. I did buy a few, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna start retreating too as I'm drinking the healing potion when it gets to my turn again for Richard.
All right. Since
Yeah, Argo's.
none of you guys are engaged in melee, I will let you just run and handle this with like a skill check, if you so choose.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I still say that Richard drinks a healing potion as he's running.
All right, you can try that.
Chug, chug, chug.
Go ahead
chug.
and chug.
It's like we need to get the beef out of here.
Forget the essence. We need to live.
All
At
right.
least we know where they are. So you said it was 20 HP I get back for drinking a health potion.
Right.
All right. And then what are we rolling to run away?
Let's roll. Oh, what would a good one be? Probably athletics plus agility. I think would be pretty good.
I have agility. I don't have athletics.
You don't have athletics.
I do not.
Agility and athletics. My roll would be 70-10.
Let me see what
Alright.
my Torquicious is. My Torquish is... okay, he also only has 2 agility, so I'm So this is going to be a combined agility roll for Richard Torkish, 5 dice total.
Alrighty.
Mine is going to be
Ooh.
70-10, just for Lester.
So the first 3 will be Richard. The final 2 will be Torkish.
Alrighty.
I think I make it. Wait. Depending on what I'm rolling against.
Yeah, how about Ed and Psychit?
Ed recalls Psychic and then just eyes blubbering, mouth whimpering, turns around and runs bawling like a little baby. And his Julian Athletics is 5d10.
Oof. Let's see. Yeah, I scored at least 6 successes. And these guys only have a speed of 4. So I'm gonna say you make it away.
Yeah, we just all start
It just
running.
all turn tail and run off into the bushes.
Yep.
Not the best first mission, but you are up against some bad odds.
We didn't wipe.
See, my dice rolls were fine though. It was my compatriots' dice that were giving him the crap rolls.
Yeah.
It was partly my fault for not checking Arbo's strengths and weaknesses. I was in character. I forgot to think about that.
Arbo did a lot of heavy lifting, though.
Arbo did good. But he was just a glass cannon because cannon and a melee guy in a room full of artillery.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ed starts crying, starts running the wrong way, then follows Lesser after bumping into the rocks.
This way, you big baby.
Slot says I was expecting plot shields. No plot shields here. This is West Marches.
And Ed's just crying, "Someone heal my crystal, please."
Hey, Chris. At least Crystal's still up. I'm gonna gonna spend the whole week getting nuts for Arbo, so he's not mad at me.
That's right. Arbo went down, so he gets 1 point of enmity.
Yep.
Yeah. At least Crystal is alive. Barely.
Yeah. I'm surprised none of them came after Torkish.
You know what? I thought about it, but focus fire is more effective.
He was the furthest out of the way too, in comparison.
Yeah, he was kind of off to the side in the bushes.
Yeah, doing flares out, just.
Torkish
But she
can.
was doing good with the flares.
Torkish is a heavy hitter. He's the real glass cannon.
Yeah, Torkish and Psychic were the best equipped for this.
Torkish has more HP than I do. I'm at Richard has 35 and Torkish has 40.
He has very low defenses, though.
Well, Ed and Psychic aren't bad either. Ed's 55, Psychic's 40.
I'm 45 and 40, but but I would have worked best if I was protecting you two, but we were both divided and we had the numbers were very much against us.
And of course, Ed tried to be nice, and we see what that gets us.
Yeah, probably not a good idea to try and bargain with the creatures while they're fighting.
I thought the fight was already over when we did that.
I mean, in the middle of it, when he tried to pacify the creatures.
Oh,
After
yeah,
they
that-
took care of the Skittles.
Ah, gotcha.
Alright, so you guys are in the woods. You successfully lost the gum pillars. They couldn't keep up with their stubby little legs and worm bodies.
Yeah.
Are you guys thinking of calling it off? Try again another time? Or do you want to
I
keep
think
going?
that-
We have a general route in mind. But so yeah, we should probably just call it off.
I will say that since you were able to like pick up one pack, we'll count that towards the next time as far as finding the nest goes. So you won't have to start back at 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've established a trail already that we can like get on a map or commit to memory or something. So that way, when we if we can get more people, we'll be able to deal with this situation a lot better.
If Patty comes,
I'm not holding my breath on that, but
well,
The
thing is, I did.
figured out a trail at the creek.
You're not always gonna be fighting like packs of 10 to 14 guys like I was rolling this time. That's just kind of how the dice fell.
yeah.
You just
We had
kind
a good
of,
test of this system, though.
yeah. Saw some points I could kind of streamline a little bit. Also, need to codify how running away works. I think once you got the hang of how the actions and stuff worked during the investigation, things were going along pretty nicely.
Yep.
Next time, you guys would be better equipped.
Maybe.
Probably get some more gear that could probably help us with like multiple things or whatever. Or
I'll be fine.
Get-
I won't be. We won't be fighting I won't be fighting creatures. Creatures are both weak against.
Hopefully not.
Well, hopefully.
I mean,
never know.
I'll work with what comes.
Skittles are Arbo's jam. He's good against them. Psychic,
Yeah.
not so much.
Well, Psychic's gonna be. Oh, is Psychic's ranged, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then that. Okay, that works out how I expect. Like Arbo can take the front lines, I can help, and you two can work on the back. From the back lines.
All right then. Shall we end the stream here?
Yeah.
And
Sounds like we're done for the night.
all right.
yeah, it's just a scene, just the ending scene of us just running through the forest with the creatures that are still alive, just getting out of here.
All right. You did achieve some objectives and take out some creatures, so I'll remind me to award you experience later on. I'll calculate that up. And other than that, we're going to need somebody to write a report on their investigation here. Who wants to do that? Anybody? Just give us a little summary to post in the Discord, and we'll get some bonus experience.
Ed
Knock
could
that out.
try, maybe.
Well, write it in
I
your own
actually-
words.
Just write it like Ed's point of view. That would be a fun report to read.
You could.
Okay, I'm in favor. I was thinking because I'm a little lazy and I want to see that. Sure, let's do it.
All right. Ed is on report duty. All right
Yeah, 'cause
then.
I was going to offer it, but mine would have been a lot more detailed.
Well, it's a good thing these streams are
would have been
recorded.
really quick. really brief.
Alright, and by the way, anybody in the chat, there should be a Discord link in the description. If you'd like to get in on Crytures and maybe join the game sometime, we are open to new people coming in, so feel free to join up with us, and we'll see if we can get you in sometime. So, other than that, I think we're gonna sign off here, so thanks for watching, everybody, and goodbye.
Later.
See ya.
Until next time.